Their loyalty was mine after I gained financial freedom. Inside the washroom, Chen Xinyu closed the faucet. She looked at the mirror, her face beautifully flushed, and whispered to herself that she needed to explain everything to her brother-in-law, otherwise something bad might happen. A few moments later, she stepped outside and said to Shen Yuan, "Brother-in-law, actually, I did not mean it that way." Shen Yuan replied, "I know. It is all right." Chen Xinyu felt her world collapse. He did not seem to care at all, so he really did not like me, she thought, lowering her head in sadness. "Oh," she murmured. Shen Yuan began sweating and muttered inwardly, "You were the one who wanted to explain. I said I did not mind, so why are you upset?" These 17 to 18-year-old girls are truly hard to read, but since my earlier answer made her unhappy, I should rephrase it. He then said aloud, "Xinyu, everyone has the right to choose freely. You do not need to be restricted by society's rules." Chen Xinyu stared at him in shock. Shen Yuan continued gazing at her huge melons. After about 3 seconds, she told herself, he understood how I felt. His words were not a rejection. He spoke vaguely. He did not say yes or no. Chen Xinyu slowly moved closer to him. Trying to gather her thoughts, she said softly, "Brother-in-law." Suddenly, Chen Na opened the door, and, in her usual charming voice, asked, "Shen Yuan, Xinyu, have you eaten yet?" Xinyu froze, blushing deeply. She quickly walked away and said, Yeah, we ate. Sister, you have not eaten yet, right? I will heat up the dishes for you," Shen Yuan told Chen Na. "The cafe business is getting better and better. Nana, you have worked hard." As Chen Na removed her heel, she said, "You have given me such good, wonderful conditions, Shen Yuan. Because of you, I am truly so happy now. I do not feel tired at all. I just want to work even harder." Suddenly, Shen Yuan and Chen Na hugged each other tightly and kissed. From a distance, Chen Xinyu whispered to herself, "A slight sourness lingered in my heart." The next day, at the gym, Lu Menglu reported, "Mr. Shen, I visited the other 2 stores as well." Shen Yuan nodded. "Tell me, what problems did you notice?" Lu Menglu said, "The yoga studio provides good service but has few members. It is a customer attraction issue. The other gym has similar problems. They are all small issues. It just depends on whether the managers want to fix them. I have organized everything and will send it to you later." Shen Yuan grabbed her firm peaches and said, "Good, nicely done. You deserve a reward." Lu Menglu blushed. He made that familiar hand gesture again, another small target reward. Shen Yuan replied, "What do you take me for?" "I am free this afternoon. Let us go on a date. But besides your problem report, tonight you must also give me a plan for solving them." "Huh?" "Oh, okay," she answered shyly. At the mall, Lu Menglu bought a new signature outfit, and Shen Yuan used his card to pay for it over 24 months. A few moments later, at an expensive restaurant, after ordering the cheapest items on the menu, Shen Yuan and Lu Menglu stared at each other for a full 10 minutes. Shen Yuan sipped his grape juice and thought, clothes, bags, movie, dinner, totaled 230,000 Lebanese pounds. After triple cashback, the net profit was 460,000 Lebanese pounds. Outside, Shen Yuan and Liu Menglu walked slowly, with her affection rating toward him at 93. "Daddy," Liu Menglu murmured, blushing, "today might be, probably, maybe, the happiest day of my whole life." Shen Yuan thought, so the cashback amount did not matter. Coach Lu's affection level reached 93, and another is close to breaking 100. This is getting more and more exciting. He looked at the huge mountains before him while Liu Menglu gazed into his eyes. "Silly girl," Shen Yuan said softly. "Our days together have only just begun." They kissed gently. The next day, Jingfu Company, Fitness Center. General Manager Sun Zhen said, "Mr. Shen, I am here for my self-review. These are the improvement measures. They may still be lacking. You are more experienced. Please take a look." Shen Yuan replied, "No need for a self-review. Sit. Give me a brief summary of the new measures." He sat down and pretended to read the report. Sun Zhen said, "First, store reception. If staff delay or slack off in public spaces, they will be fined. The same applies to follow-ups. Continuous follow-ups are required. Missing any results will lead to performance deductions." Shen Yuan interrupted, "Hold on. This is all punishment. No rewards?" He continued reading the report upside down. Sun Zhen wiped her forehead and said, "Punishments create urgency and make them take work more seriously." Shen Yuan replied, "Punishments are fine, but rewards must also exist. Use rewards as the main tool and punishments as support. The key is motivation, pressure." Sun Zhen nodded quickly. Noted, Mr. Shen. You truly think ahead, far-sighted as always. What about customer acquisition? Shen Yuan asked. We mostly rely on offline walk-ins. Online traffic is low. I need to speak with Cheng, the network operations manager, before giving you concrete improvement plans, she answered. Shen Yuan took a sip of his expired coffee and said, the videos are not attractive because the coaches do not cooperate. You need to adjust the rules. I want the traffic distribution policy by tomorrow afternoon. Understood, Mr. Shen? Shen Yuan set down his mug. The goal is to improve staff efficiency and increase company profit. The company cannot support idle workers. Understand? With her head lowered, Sun Zhen answered, I know what I need to do. A few moments later, she stepped out of Shen Yuan's office. Still sweating, she whispered to herself, Whew. Old Jia had not been lying. The new boss is extremely capable and very forceful. This decisive attitude, how is he only 21? The company does not feed idlers. That means if I mess up, I am finished. Fu Yingzi glanced at her and thought, she has been scared stiff by Shen Yuan. Speaking of which, I have never seen his terrifying side yet, and I hope I never will. Fu Yingzi walked into Shen Yuan's office and said, Mr. Shen, I have some insider gossip to tell you. Shen Yuan sighed, sweating slightly. We are alone. Do not call me Mr. Shen. It sounds strange. Boss, Fu Yingzi corrected herself. The real person coordinating with the school is Yu Jifeng. He used to handle marketing and business expansion, but Jia Nanshu never let him take on big projects, so he has been suppressed for over 2 years. I checked his background, Shen Yuan said. He was a deputy general manager at another medical center. Fu Yingzi continued, until his wife cheated with his old boss, and he beat that boss up. Then he had to resign. That is why he has been enduring Jia. He cannot afford another job change so soon. Shen Yuan chuckled. You can dig up gossip like this? My little secretary, you are good. He held her delicate arm gently and asked, a capable little secretary like you. Do you have a boyfriend? Ah. Fu Yingzi blushed. Inside, her thoughts spiraled. Why are you suddenly asking me that? You already have so many women. Are you tired of the big ones and want to try my little oppai? She glanced down at her apples. Another thought flashed in her head. If there is work, the secretary does it. If there is no work, do the secretary. No, she scolded herself silently. Boss already has enough lovers. He does not need me. It is better if I stay as the hard-working little bee by his side. Shen Yuan said, Yan Song, Mo Zhenwang, and Lu Xinyue's startup funds have all been approved. Let them start implementing things. Okay, boss, she said obediently. A few moments later, Shen Yuan opened the social media profile of Lin Yuchang. He muttered to himself, Sister Lin's daily posts. She is completely in relationship mode. Sis, are you not messing with my mental state? He stared at her beautiful, seductive photo. Just then, Lin Yuchang messaged him, I just made lunch. Does it suit your taste? Do you want me to send some to you? Shen Yuan replied, No need. After lunch, I will come to your place to fix the air conditioner. Lin Yuchang covered her mouth in shock, cheeks bright red. She quickly sent another message. Can you not come to my house? I am already scared. Shen Yuan smirked as his slow Chinese internet loaded her message. He typed, Bring your lingerie to the hotel. I will send you the location. 1 hour later, at the hotel, Lin Yuchang arrived wearing a mask, a bucket hat, and a trench coat. In the distance, Zheng Xianyong noticed her and turned crimson. That woman at the elevator. He thought, darn, that slender waist, that perfectly curved hip line. Ayo, her waist-hip ratio is unbelievable. Too good. But she is wearing a mask. I cannot see her face. He scratched his chubby cheek nervously. Wait, why does her figure suddenly look a bit like my wife's? After I finish checking in this customer, I should call home to confirm. A few moments later, in the executive suite, Shen Yuan opened the door and said, Why are you sneaking around like a thief? Lin Yuchang stepped inside. She removed her mask and bucket hat, cheeks flaming. I am not like you. You have no idea how big of a risk I am taking. Shen Yuan immediately pulled her into his arms. Would it not be better if they found out? He teased. It is not time yet, she whispered. Let me change clothes first. 5 minutes later, Lin Yuchang had just taken off her trench coat when Shen Yuan instructed, Turn around. She obliged and showed off her graceful silhouette. Shen Yuan teased Sister Lin. Do you know it is exactly this outfit that keeps me from focusing on work? So what? She replied, amused. Shen Yuan cupped her jaw and said, You have to compensate me. Confused, Lin Yuchang asked, How? Kneel, he answered. She did not kneel, she stayed propped on the edge of the bed. A small, unexpected pressure against her made her stifle a sound. Shen Yuan! Just then Zheng Xianyang called. Lin Yuchang's face went pale. Oh no, it is Zheng Xianrong calling, she said, hurriedly answering the phone. Hello? What is wrong? She managed, cheeks warming as Shen Yuan fumbled nearby. Are you outside or at home? Zheng Xianyang asked. At home? Why? She stammered. What are you doing? He pressed. Lin Yuchang improvised, making dumplings. Okay then, nothing important. I just missed you and wanted to ask, Zheng Xianyang said. And Lin Yuchang trembled, glancing at Shen Yuan and holding her breath. After a few quiet moments, she said, I cannot stay with you longer. I have to go back. I know him. He will definitely come home to check on me later. Shen Yuan sat back on the bed and said, Go. Just endure this period. It will pass. 1 hour later, Zheng Xianyang arrived home. Still making dumplings? What is the occasion today? Why dumplings? He asked. No reason. I just wanted to eat them, she replied, deftly shaping each dumpling like a professional. You said you were meeting clients today. Why did you suddenly come back? He asked as he reached to hug her. Lin Yuchang stepped back into the kitchen and said, All right, I will boil them for you now. Zheng Xianyang smiled inwardly. What a good wife. With a wife like this, what more could a man want? He thought. In the car, Shen Yuan reflected, I was supposed to have Yu Jifeng report to me today, but because of this incident, I will have to talk to him another day. The longer I stay at the company, the more I feel my knowledge is lacking. I should ask my counselor for special tutoring. He called Li Xiao. Counselor, how long before you get home? Almost the summer break, lots of work, at least 1.5 hours. Why? Came the answer. I wanted to study with you. Did you highlight the key points in the international economics textbook I mentioned? Shen Yuan asked. Yes, I finished it. Do you want to start memorizing new chapters today? Li Xiao offered. He replied. If it is urgent, go to my house and pick it up. Li Meng is home, she added. Actually, I mainly wanted to see you. I miss you, Teacher Li, Shen Yuan admitted. Li Xiao felt her cheeks warm. I know, but I am really busy lately. I will keep you company when I can, she thought, and then smiled inwardly. A nosy colleague teased on the line. Oh, so you are dating someone now? Li Xiao looked away and answered, No, I am not. Do not lie. You are covered in that lovesick smell. Who is it? Come on, spill, the colleague laughed. Li Xiao covered her face with a shy exhale and said, Really no one, nosy teacher said. You think I'm 3 years old? I don't believe that. Hiding it like this. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Don't tell me your lover is a student? A forbidden teacher. Student romance. Spicy. As Li Xiao imagined something naughty with Shen Yuan on her desk. Fee, come on, I'm not an outsider. Tell me, is it you, your student? Know the one I'm talking about? Li Xiao covers her face as her blush in her cheeks radiates outside of her notebook and said, Ah! Meeting starting soon, stop fooling around. Nosy teacher said, Okay, I'm getting ready. But honestly, teacher, student relationships are normal nowadays. Relax, I won't judge you. Li Xiao said, You. A few moments later, Shen Yuan arrived at Li Xiao's apartment. Li Meng opened the door and said, You are here. I am here to pick up the study materials, Shen Yuan replied. Li Meng blushed and said, I know. Sis sent me a message. Her books are on the shelf, in the bedroom. Look for them yourself. Okay, he said, though inwardly he wondered why Li Meng was blushing. Forget it, none of my business. As long as I do not provoke this sister-in-law, heaven bless me, he thought as he scanned the books. Li Meng swallowed and said, I need to tell you something. Shen Yuan broke out in a cold sweat and thought to himself, Damn it, the thing I feared the most. Well, what? He asked. Li Meng blushed and confessed, Do it with me once. Shen Yuan froze, the book slipping from his hands. What? The room fell into an uncomfortable silence. Li Meng hurried on, cheeks aflame. Do not overthink it, just once purely. You can think of it as finding a partner to relieve certain needs. She looked away, embarrassed. I will not tell my sister. Treat it as our secret. Why? Shen Yuan asked, bewildered. There is no why, she said. Just say yes or no. No, he answered firmly. Without an emotional foundation, I will not do it. A thought flashed through his mind. Are you treating me like a tool? No, wait. Could this be a test from Li Xiao? Li Meng accused him. Stop pretending. Aren't all men the same? Can you really control your lower half? Shen Yuan picked the book back up and said, Sorry, but I can control myself. Li Meng grabbed at his shirt and murmured, blushing, "Wait, are you worried about something?" Shen Yuan swallowed and asked, "Have you even thought about how your sister would feel?" He stepped away and added coldly, "Stop thinking. I am the man you can never have." Li Meng stood stunned. A few moments later at the elevator, Shen Yuan said to himself, "Damn, testing me like this, aren't you afraid of getting struck by lightning?" At the couch, Li Meng throws the pillow in anger and said, "You rotten pig trotter, acting like some righteous gentleman. The man you can never have? Pah! I gave you a chance and you did not have the guts." Half an hour later, Shen Yuan waited outside for Li Xiao. She arrived, radiant, and said, "Thanks for picking me up from work." Shen Yuan opened the car door for her. "It is late. I was worried there might be bad people outside." "Teach," she scolded, smiling. "The worst person is you, you big pervert." "How can you say that?" he protested. "When have I ever been a pervert? Elaborate." Li Xiao feigned outrage and batted at him through the open window. Shen Yuan laughed. "So I passed the test perfectly, right? A test?" Li Xiao blinked. "Yes, tonight's test." He grinned. She remained puzzled. "Tonight?" "The revolution has not succeeded yet, comrade. You still have a long way to go. One stolen kiss is not enough to move me." Shen Yuan remembered Li Meng's earlier words, "Are you worried about something?" and suddenly flushed. So Li Xiao does not know about Li Meng's test tonight. Does that mean Li Meng was serious, he wondered, smiling slyly. Nice. Another pair of sisters. Buy one, get one free. Huge profit. Li Xiao noticed his grin. "Why are you suddenly smiling?" "Nothing," he replied. "Just thought of something happy. Is taking me home really that joyful?" she asked. "Of course." He drove a little faster as if there were an emergency. They arrived soon. Li Meng looked up from the couch. "Sis, you are back, eh? Why did Shen Yuan come with you?" I never looked closely before, Shen Yuan thought as he glanced around. At 172 centimeters, Li Meng has long legs and perkier hips, though her chest is smaller than the counselor's. The counselor, at 168 centimeters, is not as tall, but her chest is fuller. "Ignore him," Li Xiao said. "He is just trying to show off." Li Meng blushed and excused herself, thinking, "Looks like Shen Yuan did not tell Big Sis anything. I will not disturb your couple time. I'm going to the bedroom." Shen Yuan suddenly wrapped his arms around Li Xiao from behind. "Don't mess around," she said, flustered. "This is not messing around. It is getting straight to the point." He kissed her. "Can you spare me today? I have been busy all day. I am tired," she whispered. "Of course not," he murmured. Li Xiao blushed and said, "Bad guy. So that smile you had in the car was because of this, right?" As Li Meng took a peek, opening her door gently, as she said to herself, "Shen Yuan, you meanie," as she blushed and holds her soft thighs. 2 minutes later, Li Xiao blushed and wipes away some sticky juice in her lips, saying, "Happy now? Can you go home?" "It is almost midnight. I will stay here tonight," Shen Yuan said. "No, you really cannot." "I already helped you," she protested. "All right," he said, standing up. "I will sleep on the sofa. That is final. I am tired." Later, sitting on the sofa, Shen Yuan checked his phone and thought to himself, "Looks like the counselor is already asleep. She is exhausted after the whole day." At 12:10 a.m., Shen Yuan messaged Li Meng, "Are you still awake?" Impatient, he went to her room. The door stood unlocked. Interesting, he thought as he stepped inside and found Li Meng in bed. Without hesitation, he pounced and she yelped, "Ah! What are you doing?" "Shh, don't talk," he hushed. "You actually came," she exclaimed, surprised. "You left the door unlocked. Why would I not come?" he replied. Li Meng stammered. "What I said earlier was nonsense, just a moment of madness. Do not take it seriously. I already took it seriously," he said, but his tone softened as he moved closer. She tried to steady her breathing, cheeks flushing. "You're already so loud, sister-in-law? I haven't put the flash drive inside." As Li Meng is trying, "Yo, hold back," Shen Yuan said, "trying so hard to hold back your voice. So cute." Li Meng said, "Hoo-hoo." Shen Yuan smelled her neck and said, "Your breathing is getting heavy." Li Meng whispered, saying, "Shen Yuan." Shen Yuan said what Li Meng said. "Put the flash drive. Put it in." Shen Yuan said, "Then beg me." Li Meng said, "Please." As Li Meng hugged Shen Yuan, feeling a little flash drive inserted into the computer, and she said, "Huang." Outside, 2 kittens play. 2 minutes later, Shen Yuan said, "Happy now?" Li Meng just sweats in silence. Shen Yuan sat up and Li Meng said, "I haven't been this satisfied in a long, long time." Shen Yuan said, "Have you had other partners before?" Li Meng said, "No, you're my first partner. And I never did anything like that with my ex-boyfriend." Shen Yuan, listen, you absolutely can't let my sister know about this. Shen Yuan said, Li Meng said to herself. Even though this isn't cheating emotionally, in the end, Shen Yuan doesn't belong to me. He's my brother. In law. If sis finds out, she'll be so disappointed. Outside Li Xiao, going to the bathroom. Suddenly, Li Meng sat up on the bed in shock as she whispered, "Oh no, if sis comes out and doesn't see you in the living room, we're done for. Hey, say something. What do we do?" Li Meng said, Shen Yuan looks at his phone and said to himself, compared to those few times sneaking around at Sister Lin's house, this little situation is nothing. What's there to panic about? 3 minutes later, Li Meng said to herself, door closing. Sis returned to her room. She didn't notice Shen Yuan missing, thank goodness. Shen Yuan said, how is it? A bit like riding a roller coaster? Li Meng said, this isn't fun at all. It's terrifying. Partner, get used to it. This will become the norm. Next morning, Li Xiao cooking said, Shen Yuan, you're awake? Go wash your face and brush your teeth. Breakfast is ready. Shen Yuan said, baby, it smells amazing. You worked so hard. Li Xiao shocked blushed, saying, what did you call me? Shen Yuan said, baby, why? You don't like it? Shen Yuan hugs her from behind and Li Xiao said, no, it's just the first time I've heard it. I'm not used to it. Shen Yuan said, then you'll have plenty more to get lies to. Li Xiao said, yeah, it's too early for this. If Li Meng sees, it'll look bad. Go freshen up. Shen Yuan said, okay. At the washroom, Shen Yuan smiles while Li Meng blushed, looking at Shen Yuan in the mirror. While gargling, Li Meng said, here, I already toothpaste for you. Shen Yuan grabs Li Meng and said, squeeze the you treat me so well, partner. Li Meng teased Shen Yuan and said, you pervert. Shen Yuan said to himself, she's so different from last night. And still no affection meter. Yep, she really treats me purely as a partner. A few moments later, Li Meng ate some sandwich as Shen Yuan sat down. Li Xiao was shocked and saw Li Meng eating in her sleeping clothes. Li Xiao drags Li Meng and said, cover yourself properly. Shen Yuan is here, Li Meng said. Oh, got it. Li Xiao said, don't look so unwilling. It's my fault. I didn't consider your feelings and let Shen Yuan stay over. From now on, I won't let him sleep here. Li Meng said, what? And she said to herself, sis misunderstood. If Shen Yuan doesn't come over in the future, how will I solve things? Li Meng said, sis, it's fine, really. I didn't mind at all. Li Xiao said, really? Li Meng said, really? Li Xiao, shocked, said, Shen Yuan, you're eating so much? Were you starving? Li Meng said to herself, yesterday first with sis, then with me. Yeah, the man's energy expenditure must have been huge. Shen Yuan gives them both a thumbs up and said, baby, you made it too delicious. I've never had such amazing breakfast in my whole life, really. Baby, I'm full. Later we can. Li Meng walks away and said, I'll go back to my room. As Li Xiao looks back at Li Meng walking away while Shen Yuan puts down his glass, Li Xiao said to herself, why does Li Meng look weird? Why is she blushing? Did she see Shen Yuan hugging me in the kitchen just now? No. Even if she saw, it's not like her to blush. Strange. 9:30 a.m. at Jingfu Corporation. Shen Yuan said, Manager Jia, explain this. As he throws the report, Manager Jia said, President Shen, this is... Shen Yuan said, Manager Jia, this is only part of it. Just these numbers alone are enough to send you in. Manager Jia looks at the report in correct orientation and said, President Shen, it's not that serious, right? Shen Yuan said, this is my company. You stole my company's money. You tell me serious or not. Should I be serious? Manager Jia sweats and said, Then, President Shen, what can I do for you to show mercy? Shen Yuan said, you and your men, leave the company completely, and tell me everything you know. As Manager Jia sweats and trembles. Shen Yuan said, so? Prison? Or? Manager Jia said, I'll talk, President Shen. I'll tell everything, and then I'll leave. And so Jia Nanshu revealed all the internal secrets of Jingfu Company, and he said to himself, after taking over the company, President Shen didn't fire me immediately because, 1, he was waiting for a successor who could boost the medical center's profits. 2, he wanted to extract information about other leeches through me. Shen Yuan said, all right, don't just stand there. Go hand over to Yu Jifeng. Everything, take all your documents. I'm not keeping copies, we're even. Rivers and lakes are long, I hope we never see each other again. Manager Jia Nansu said to himself, what a strategist. You have to respect this young boss. He's got real skill. As he walks away, a few moments later, Fu Yingzi came inside and said, boss? Shen Yuan said, speak. Fu Yingzi said, Last time you said to rent a place close to Guanting. Look, this one is under 2,500 a month, including utilities and fees. How about it? Shen Yuan said, good, take this one. Fu Yingzi said, okay, I'll contact the landlord and sign the contract. Shen Yuan took out his phone and said to himself, Coach Lu, what's wrong now? Shen Yuan answered as Lu Menglu, crying, said, hubby, ooh, hubby. Shen Yuan, shocked, said, what's wrong with you? A few hours later, Shen Yuan arrived at Lu Menglu place. Shen Yuan said, I'm already here. And you still haven't said anything to me? You weren't the type to cry and make a scene. As Liu Menglu continues to cry on her $1 million bed, Shen Yuan stood up and said, fine, I'll leave. Liu Menglu grabbed Shen Yuan's hand and said, no, don't leave, Shen Yuan. Liu Menglu hugged Shen Yuan and said, recently your workouts never exceed an hour and you leave right after. Nothing new is happening at the fitness center either. Shen Yuan, do you not need me anymore? Whoa. Shen Yuan sweats and said, you're crying like this, just because of that? Liu Menglu blushed and said, do you even remember how long it's been since you last heard me call you daddy? Thank you all so much for the continued support, my amazing OtakuGo viewers. I truly appreciate every single one of you. I've just created a new channel called OtakuGo Compilations. It's where I'll be uploading longer full-format videos so you can enjoy the content continuously without any interruptions. Please make sure to subscribe to OtakuGo Compilations and keep supporting the community. And as always, don't forget to leave a like, comment below, and share your thoughts. It really helps boost the analytics and keeps both channels growing. Once again, thank you for being part of the OtakuGo family. See you all in the next video.